You're tuned in to Fine Auntie Chronicles with Carmen.
Hello! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see you. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yes. So come on in. Come on into Auntie's house. Listen, you got the pink chair right here. We're gonna get real comfortable. I just cooked you something really good. We just ate. Now it's time to spill the tea. Oh, we got some stories. But more importantly, experiences that have just yielded me insight. I am really blessed to be able to still be here. We all are. But I'm blessed that I'm able to tell the story. When I say put on my robe and tell the story, I am telling the stories that have helped shaped who I am today. And just hopefully the goal is that you can really, pick up some gems, do some things, maybe a little differently. The whole goal is for you to leave better than you came. That's what Auntie's Love is going to do. So I so thank you. Thank you for tuning into Fine Auntie Chronicles. Get ready. So we are going to kick it off with episode 1. Yes, we're here. Episode 1. I hope the soup was warm. So, I know you're probably thinking, like, what is she talking about? What soup? What's going on? Oh, trust me. By the end of this story, you'll know exactly what is going on with the soup. Okay, so this is a tale of an American girl and her foreign suitor. So here's the thing, right? Oh, I'm sorry. What's a suitor? I'm so glad that you asked, my baby. So a suitor is when a man is pursuing you for, a certain type of, position in his life, whether that is, girlfriend, wife, fiance. He is actively pursuing you. He is courting you. He is making his claims known that he wants to get to know you on a level that will deepen a relationship. So it's someone who's actively participating in that. Suitor. Okay? All right. So with this foreign suitor, we met pre-pandemic, right? So it was really cool. We went on like a few dates. It was really nice. Really great guy. Really nice. Like 1 or 2, 3 dates. Now at the time though, there was another suitor that was relentlessly pursuing me. And, I was feeling that. And our situation kind of faded to the black, me and foreign suitor, which was fine. We didn't leave off any bad terms. So like I said, the pandemic hit, right? So throughout the pandemic, I would try to, hit him up and just be like, hey, hope all is well. How are you weathering everything going on in the pandemic? I hope you're well. Like, that's my genuine concern. Being courteous and just really honest, like I said, making sure like your people in your life are good. So from that, let that go. And so, life has just been moving. I've been, being still pursued by suitors and enjoying life, dating, traveling, work. I mean, so much has changed. So many things are just happening. Great, amazing things, right? So let's fast forward. I was going to rewind, but let's fast forward first. So let's fast forward to when I was on vacation in Aruba. Oh, yes. So while I was on vacation, right, at this time, I was waiting on our dinner reservations. And so, of course, when you on the vacation and you post that little nice, bikini, nice swimsuit, you post it or whatever. So as I was posting, several things happened. Another suitor of mine, that one, put a pin on that. So as I was going through that, I saw foreign suitor and he looked good. Like the pandemic, buffed him up, hair had grew out. I'm like, okay, really looking good. And I also noticed he too was out of the country. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit him up when, I get back into the States. What? That's not toxic. I was just, hush up, child. I was just doing a little, a little investigating just to see how things were. So when I got back to the States, I did just that. Yes, I did a temperature check, right? I just wanted to see, how he would respond and, what was going on with him. So, okay, nosies, yes, it was well received, okay? So I just simply was like, hey, I hope all is well. Just simply doing like a little bit of a wellness check. And, hopefully when we are able to align and timing is right, let's get together. What's wrong with that? So then he reaches out to me, I think maybe like a few days later, a week later, and, gave me reservations and, where we should link. Cool, perfect. So yeah, going to this date, it was so like, how you just have like a good feeling. Now listen, every day I genuinely like choose joy. Like I genuinely, keep my spirits up for me. But like that day's vibe rather, was just like so fun and playful. So it was just perfect. So when I got to the said destination in the parking lot, he came to my car and we haven't seen each other in a minute. So it was such a sweet, nice embrace. And he was just like, oh my God, you smell so delicious. And I was like, oh, thank you, babe. And so, now we're just going down, the cherry brick road. Or no, it's called yellow brick road. Oh. I probably said cherry because I was wearing Tom Ford. Okay. So with that being said, we are like, leaving out the parking lot. And so then the attendant goes, oh, do you know her? And so I'm looking like, do you know me? Like, what's up? And he was looking at him like, yeah. He was like, it's your wife. And then, my foreign suitor was like, well, no, I'm trying to make her, be a little cutesy or whatever. And so I didn't think much about it. And so then the guy goes, you need to lock her down because she's gorgeous. You guys, look nice together, whatever. And I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. But I'm like, okay, he did just make like a quick, $50 off of our parking for both of our cars. So that's probably why he was full of compliments, but whatever. But still, the energy just felt so familiar. Like I felt, honestly, y'all, like this is our second year of marriage. Like we're out on the town, kids are at home, we're both nice. Like it just felt so nice and refreshing. And so we're now on our way to get something to eat. So we go to this restaurant and it looks like it's empty. It doesn't even look like it's open, but I did see staff there. And so I'm like, well, I'm hungry. Like you done brought me out, I want to eat. And so I just watched this man move, I'm his masculine energy and my feminine energy. We just dancing. It's dancing just like this. Literally, y'all. Like, that's how it feels. It's dancing. So I watch him, move and shift the room and, make the provisions. And next thing I know, I hear, all right, babe, our table is ready. Okay. So at any rate, we go there and it's so romantic because it's literally just us. So like they're waiting on us hand and foot and we're having just such a really nice, deep little conversation. And I mean, the vibe is just so good. And, I love a good stimulating conversation and we were having just that. So the food was good. We were, just in the element. And so up top, there was a rooftop and they had like this like little lounge club situation or whatever. And so I'm like, listen, I'm having a good time. Let's keep it going. So we both go up there. We're vibing. And once again, it just felt so comfortable. I mean, we are just like moving. The music is going. It's totally different. But it was so like, it was perfect, right? So like I said, the night was just good. So then we make it back to that same parking lot. And so then he suggests that we have a nightcap at his house. And I was like, you know what? The energy was so good. Like, let's leave it right here. And let's pick back up. And, we'll see where it goes or whatever. And so, he reluctantly was like, oh, okay. So we're now driving back home. And we're going the same route. And so I just start to think about, like, this night really like turned out to be doper than I imagined. Like, I mean, like I told you, the day started off good. Like it was great energy, but this was so dope. So, being the very slick and clever individual I am, I call him on the phone and I go, hello. And he's like, hey. I was like, and then instantly, y'all, I said, zoom. I literally zoomed right in front of him because my exit was coming up. And I just simply said, this is my exit, follow me. And I hung up. So we presumed and had the nightcap at my house. So, I mean, we just listened to some music, just vibing, having a good time. I'm a music buff. You're going to learn that about me. I'm a vibe. Like, and I hate when people be like, oh, you know, I'm such a vibe. But like, no, like I feel the energy and I pick the playlist to that. Like, that's when I will say, like, my exes or anybody who used to like deal with me, they say they do miss my playlist because like they hit. And I'm like, just ask me, I'll give you a playlist to listen. It's all love. Anywho, had a wonderful night, you know, wham, bam, thank you, man. Great, great, great. Awesome connection. And so then, you know, we go on and, you know, with that great, you know, moment. Unbeknownst to me, he was like, you know, this is 4 or 5 days later. He's like, he calls me. He's like, no strings attached? I'm like, huh? He's like, it's been 4 or 5 days. Like, you haven't reached out to me. You haven't talked to me or anything. Like, I thought we had such a dope night. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, we did. Like, I've been saying, like, I've been telling people, like, it was so cool. Like, and maybe my fault was I wasn't telling him, but I was really, really, really impressed with how, like, our energies, like, really aligned. Like, it was just dope. So, sorry. So, from that moment, we started to date. Like, we would, you know, go on dates and, you know, he cooked for me and all of those things. And mind you, this was in October, and every single holiday until the new year, we were together. So, I mean, time has invested, all of these things. So one night he cooks dinner for me. And it was so nice. We listened to music. Of course, we watched great movies. Just was chilling that night. It was just a very chill night. So, you know, we had yet another connection. But this connection was different because this post conversation got a little real. So he asked me to travel with him to meet his mother. Mind you, I told you this is a foreign suitor. And then in the same breath, asked me to be his girlfriend. Now, don't get me wrong. The energy and the vibe and the peace that we, you know, exchange, oh, totally on. I'm with it. I'm never going to be in a place or a space where it just doesn't feel good, or I can't fake the funk. My energy, my aura tells on me. So with that being said, I just was like, oh, let's just see how this goes. Like, you know, let's just, you know, take our time or whatever. And I got to be honest, like, ever since that moment, I feel like the tables kind of turned because I started to think of him as, you know, my significant other. And, you know, putting the other suitors down for this one. Even the suitor that reached out to me in Aruba. Ooh, remember that suitor. Somebody remind me, Aruba, suitor, and then we'll go from there. But at any rate, back to foreign suitor. After that, like I said, we started to get invested in one another, like spending time. He met my family. I met his child, you know, met his mother. I met all of these things. I mean, we're spending holidays together. Like I said, this is October. We're talking New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving. All of these things, we're spending quality time with one another, going great, wonderful. Then all of a sudden, his baby mother. Now, let's be very clear. I understand that there will be, you know, things that you go through and all of those things, especially when it comes to children. Every man I pretty much date has children. I actually prefer if the man does. Let me be very clear. I prefer they have a healthy co-parenting situation, or I prefer that the situation is non-existent. Now, I'm always here and I will always advocate for the benefit of the child. The well-being of the child, that's top priority. Anything else is secondary, right? So in this situation, what I was privy to know and what I personally experienced, they had a little bit of a toxic situation with one another. He was a phenomenal parent. Oh my gosh. I think that's one of the things that really attracted me about him. But mind you, I spent every holiday, spent multiple times together. Each of those times, the child was there. So that should just tell you right there. I spent every single holiday with him and his child. Okay. So once again, the baby mother, she got, information that someone had passed. And of course, I'm instantly empathetic, right? Like, no one wants to hear something, that devastating. So I felt empathetic, but then I also felt like, based on the character of this individual, this is going to be a clutch that she uses for you. And the reason why she's going to do that, because something's different in the mix. And what's different in the mix is Carmen. Because that child, when they do see their mother, Carmen is on their mouths, or in their mouths rather. So I was just sitting back, just seeing how this was gonna go. It was cool, but I have to be honest. I'm very sensitive to energy, and I noticed there was a little bit of shift. Like you had a little bit of, contention. Like there was a little something. So we keep going on, keep dating, keep spending time together. And so then one day we're just being cutesy, right? He's texting me and leaving me little voice notes and face messages and stuff like that in his language. And I responded in his language because, I was doing my due diligence. Like, if I'm going to be a part of this, family, let me at least learn the language and heritage and all that stuff, right? So I'm being cutesy too. And so I said, well, babe, what did you say? And he was like, well, I want to see you later. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now, mind you, earlier that day, my homegirl, my bestie, you guys are going to meet her soon. She tells me that she's in town and was just going to stop by for her flight. I'm like, cool. So I told her, yeah, my homegirl's going to be here. For sure, come over. I'm cooking, making some fried catfish. I made some yams, macaroni and cheese, honey wheat cornbread, and garlic kale. It was just, this. You at Auntie house. Didn't you just eat good? Okay, then. So with that being said, I told him, yeah, come on by. And so he was like, it's actually really cold. And mind you, it was. It's 4 degrees outside. And like I told you, this man is foreign. So, the cold hit a little different for him. So we're on the phone. And then all of a sudden, the other phone rings. Bring, bring, bring. And the child goes, it's mommy. And so instantly, my FaceTime, and mind you, me and him only FaceTime. My FaceTime went, click. I said, oh, that's weird. We both have very busy schedules. So we are constantly in transactions doing different things, whether I'm working, he's working. We're always like, hold on, babe, or something's going on. Give me a second, babe. Let me call you back. We always address one another. We always still make them that a priority. So that was completely different. That was the first time that's ever happened. So I was like, oh, okay, duly noted. So the next time he calls me back, y'all, this is suited and booted. And I said, before I could ask him, in my mind, I said, oh, this about to go to this child's mother's house. I knew it. So I said, oh, where you going? Oh, he's rambling on about this soup his mother made. Now, mind you, the soup is for the first of the year. Hint. And so I was like, okay, a little confused. As soon as I began to question him, this what happened. My best friend at the door. So he got his get out of jail free card and saved by the bell moment, and he off the phone again. So I open the door, greet my homegirl, get her settled in or whatever. So I'm like, listen, sis, I was literally on the phone with such and such. Let me make sure he was good, because he literally just got on the road. So I'm just trying to see he was good. So I, call him back, and of course it's a FaceTime. And so I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Where did you say you were headed again? And so, y'all, he repeated. I said, oh, okay. So he really crazy. Okay. I said, oh, I'm sorry. Is your child with you? Oh, no. Oh, okay. So I said, okay, well, I'll call you back later. And I hang up. So we sending soup and mind you, I took care of their child when this same mother had COVID a few months back, and there wasn't no soup delivered. But we sending soup now? Oh, since when we get real cordial. Now, listen, like I said, I am always an advocate for making sure that there is a happy home, that child has a solid and loving foundation. I will always be an advocate for that. But let me know what's up, because the last time I talked to you, y'all didn't even communicate like that. So just let me know what's up. Like, if we changing, roles and we changing things, I just ask that I stay informed, because it's no longer like casual dating. Like, we're definitely invested in one another. And I would think if I included my ex in a situation, you would probably want to be privy to know. And I get it. They have a child together, but they were already operating where they weren't even communicative. And now soup is in the situation. Anywho, so I say all that to say, the next time I want to turn my penthouse into a daycare and parade somebody around my house, my family, my loved ones, I have to be very sure of where they are in their healing process. Because here's the thing. He wasn't able to respond to me in the way that I needed because I didn't come to him in chaos. He was used to dysfunction. He was used to chaos. He was used to that level of darkness. I don't bring that. I just bring myself, and that's all I require of you, just to be your authentic self. So if you battle with that, you're going to battle with me, because I don't need all the fluff. I just need you to be for real. And I need you to have the comprehension and love of God to get to me. And so with that being said, I didn't wish ill on him. I wished him good, goodwill, all those things. I even prayed for him. I prayed, God, please let him really discover your love on a real, level, so that he could be about himself or his child. Like, let's do that. And so with that being said, y'all, I kid you not, you can't mess with the anointed. Literally everything in his life since he left me, misfortune has happened. And I prayed to God, like, oh my gosh, like, really cover him. And I say this to say, see, the thing about how my God works, listen, I got angels surrounding me. So when you in my company and you in my camp, them same angels is guard up and ready to protect you. But when you leave and you want to step back into the darkness, all I can do is pray for you. And that's the lesson, my friends. When you get with somebody and they got all these issues or whatever the case may be, this is my prayer. Next time you need a babysitter, I said, listen, let's pray. I pray that you and the child's mother or father have a good co-parenting situation to where the child's well-being will be, provisioned and taken care of. I'm no longer going to be Captain Save-A-Ho. I can't keep saving these people. Like, my heart is pure and my heart is good, but, reciprocity is what we need, okay? So my strongest advice is that if you are dealing with somebody that's still at unrest, please don't have expectations that they're going to meet you on that same level of peace. You got to be evenly yoked. I don't care how bad you want to save them. I don't care how bad you may want it. You got to be evenly yoked. That has to be there, because you're going to find yourself in situations where they're going to fall back and revert back to what they know and not how they grow. You know what I mean? So that's my advice. Please, please, please don't be out here saving nobody. You need to be out here growing and learning and loving with somebody. Get the fun in that. That's the fun. Get back to that. I think that's what we got to get back. So the main thing is you got to come to a situation whole. You got to come to a situation not seeking happiness from somebody. You got to have happiness and joy within you. Somebody added to the mix is just extra, right? So let's work on that. And more importantly, let's continue to just do the things that make our soul smile. Please do that for your auntie. I love you so much. Listen, we got a journey. We got so much to do. I'm excited. So the moral of this story is the soup was not worth it. But I love you though. Please take care, and I'll see you soon. Mwah.